Welcome to this video on fingerprints. We'll start by defining what a fingerprint is and its primary characteristics. A fingerprint is an impression of the unique ridge outlines on human skin. These ridges have a definite shape, form before birth, and remain unchanged throughout life. The use of fingerprints dates back to the pre-BC era on pottery, in ancient Babylon for business transactions, and in ancient China on clay seals. In ancient China, thumb impressions were official seals on documents as early as 240 BC, a tradition that continued until 1278 AD. Fingerprints are vital in criminal justice for identifying criminals and tracking fugitives. They also aid humanitarian efforts by identifying unknown deceased individuals and assisting people with amnesia. The applications of fingerprinting include identifying disaster victims and missing persons. They are also used in public safety to detect fraud and in healthcare to prevent infant identification mistakes. Fingerprints follow three fundamental principles: uniqueness, as no two are identical, permanence, as they never change, and classification, as they can be systematically categorized. Crime scene prints are categorized into three types: visible prints from contaminants, plastic prints left in soft materials, and latent prints, which are invisible and require specialized development. Visible prints are observable to the naked eye, formed when a perpetrator's fingers are coated with contaminants such as blood, paint, ink, or dirt. Plastic prints are three-dimensional impressions left when a finger or palm contacts soft material like soap, butter, wax, putty, tar, grease, or freshly painted surfaces. Latent prints are invisible, hidden traces of sweat and oils left on polished or smooth surfaces, and they are not easily visible. The pattern area is where the core, deltas, and ridges appear. Type lines are the innermost ridges that define the pattern area of loops and whorls. This image visually demonstrates the pattern area, which is enclosed by the type lines. The delta, also known as the outer terminus, is at the mouth of diverging type lines. The core, or inner terminus, is the central point of the fingerprint pattern. Fingerprint patterns are broadly classified into arches, loops, whorls, and composites. We will explore each pattern further in the video. First, we look at arch patterns. In arches, the ridges flow from one side to the other without a backward recurve. There are two main types: plain arch and tented arch. A plain arch has ridges that rise like a wave in the center with no delta. A tented arch has an upward thrust in the center, resembling a tent. Next are loop patterns, where ridges enter and exit on the same side, requiring a recurve, a delta, and a ridge count. There are ulnar loops and radial loops. Loops are defined by ridges entering and exiting on the same side. The ulnar loop's ridges slant towards the little finger side, and the radial loop's ridges slant toward the thumb side. Whorl patterns require at least one ridge to recurve, forming a complete circle around the core, and they must have two deltas. Types include single spiral, double spiral, and concentric. This image highlights the whorl double spiral, which is a specific subtype of the whorl pattern. The whorl concentric pattern is another distinct type within the whorl classification. Composite patterns are the final major category, which encompasses four types: central pocket loop, twinned loop, lateral pocket loop, and accidentals. A central pocket loop has most ridges forming a loop, but at least one ridge at the core curves circularly. A twinned loop is formed by two distinct, overlapping loops. Here is a visual reference for the central pocket loop and the twinned loop patterns. The lateral pocket loop also features two overlapping loops, but the core lines are not separated by either delta. Accidentals include unusual combinations of two or more pattern types. Ridge counting is crucial for classification. Ridges are counted along a straight imaginary line between the core and delta, excluding both endpoints. Ridge tracing further subdivides whorls into inner, meat, and outer categories. This is based on where the traced ridge falls relative to the right delta. Friction ridges exhibit specific characteristics. The first is the ridge ending, where a ridge abruptly stops and does not reappear. This is a key feature for identification. Other characteristics include the bifurcation, where a ridge splits into two parallel ridges, and the spur, where a ridge divides, but only one continues forward. Finally, the enclosure is formed when a ridge divides and then immediately converges, leaving a blank space within a single ridge. Friction ridges exhibit specific formations used for identification and classification. One such characteristic is the point or dot. The point or dot is a very small fragment of a ridge, which is as long as it is wide. This is demonstrated visually in the image.